Every minute, thousands of people around the world hit a breaking point, a moment when the weight of constant giving and never receiving becomes too much. Today, we're going to explore how even the kindest hearts can find themselves drained when their generosity isn't balanced with self-care. In this episode, we dive deep into the transformative Buddhist principle of mindful detachment, not to push the world away, but to draw our own peace closer. This wisdom doesn't just protect us, it empowers us to live more fully and to give in ways that enrich rather than exhaust us. If you find value in what we're exploring today, a simple click on that subscribe button can make a big difference. It supports our channel and ensures you don't miss out on content like this. And remember, every minute of this video has something to offer, so make sure to watch till the end. Let's unlock these life-changing insights together and perhaps change the way we interact with the world, ensuring our kindness continues without a cost to our own well-being. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that to be truly kind and altruistic, we must constantly give of ourselves, no matter the personal cost. This idea is deeply ingrained in many of us from a young age, often seen as the pinnacle of moral behavior. However, this belief can lead us to a point of exhaustion, where our constant giving leaves us feeling depleted and undervalued. Buddhism offers a refreshing perspective on this, suggesting a balance that not only preserves our well-being, but actually enhances our ability to be compassionate in a more sustainable way. The Buddhist concept of the middle way teaches that extreme behaviors, including overgiving, can lead us away from the path of true enlightenment and inner peace. Buddha himself found enlightenment only after he abandoned the extremes of asceticism and indulgence. He taught that moderation in all things, including generosity, is key to maintaining both our physical and spiritual health. This balance ensures that our actions are beneficial not just to others but to ourselves as well. Mindfulness, a practice central to Buddhism, allows us to become more aware of our motives and the impact of our actions on our own state of being. It asks us to pause and consider, are we giving from a place of love and abundance, or are we driven by a need for approval or fear of saying no? This awareness can help us understand our boundaries and recognize when our generosity is slipping into self-sacrifice. Furthermore, Buddha emphasized the importance of intention in all our actions. If our intention in giving is to find favor or because we feel coerced, then the action loses its merit both spiritually and personally. True generosity should come from a place of genuine desire to help and a capacity to do so without harming oneself. It's about finding joy in the act of giving and knowing that it's perfectly okay to replenish our own resources. Practicing compassion towards ourselves by acknowledging our limits is not selfish, it's necessary. It teaches us that by caring for ourselves, we can continue to care for others more effectively. It's like the wisdom of the leaking bowl. If we are full of holes, no matter how much water we try to carry, we'll never be able to share it effectively. By patching our own holes, taking care of our needs, we ensure that we can continue to give to others without running dry. In a world that often praises the selfless and derides the self-serving, learning to establish personal boundaries can feel counterintuitive. Yet, in the wisdom of Buddhism, we find profound reasons for why setting limits is essential, not only for personal health, but also for truly compassionate interaction with others. It's a vital practice that doesn't just protect us, it enables us to engage more authentically with the world. Buddha taught the importance of self-awareness and the middle path, not veering too much into self-indulgence, nor straying too far into self-denial. This balanced approach is crucial when we consider how we manage our interactions with others. Just as a garden needs a fence to protect it from trampling feet, our spirits need boundaries to safeguard our mental peace and physical well-being. These boundaries help us define who we are and are not, what we are willing and not willing to tolerate. This clarity is not about isolation, but about interacting with others respectfully and with integrity. Mindfulness, a key component of Buddhist practice, plays a critical role in setting and respecting boundaries. It teaches us to be present and aware of our feelings and needs in any given moment. Through mindfulness, we can recognize when we're beginning to feel drained or overwhelmed, signaling that our boundaries may be compromised. This awareness allows us to assertively communicate our needs before reaching a breaking point. Moreover, setting boundaries is an exercise in compassion, both for ourselves and for others. It prevents the buildup of resentment and fatigue that can come from overextending ourselves. When we set clear boundaries, we do so not only to protect ourselves, but also to foster healthier, more honest relationships. By clearly communicating our limits, we help others understand how to interact with us in a way that respects our individuality and our needs. In practical terms, setting boundaries can mean learning to say no without feeling guilty, asking for space when needed, or defining clear limits on our time and energy. It's about honoring our limits and communicating them calmly and clearly. The act of setting boundaries can be liberating. It can free us from unnecessary burdens and empower us to make choices that align with our values and capabilities. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, the idea of solitude often carries a negative connotation, being mistakenly equated with loneliness or isolation. However, from a Buddhist perspective, solitude is seen not as a state of emptiness, but as a rich opportunity for personal growth and rejuvenation. Buddha himself found enlightenment after many years of solitude, where deep reflection and meditation in the quietude of nature led him to profound insights about life and existence. Solitude, when embraced, offers us a sanctuary from the relentless noise and demands of daily life. It allows us the space to breathe, to reflect, and to connect with our deeper selves without distraction. In these quiet moments, we can listen to our thoughts and feelings, understanding them more clearly, without the external influences that so often shape our reactions and decisions. This process of self-exploration is crucial for personal growth and can lead to greater self-awareness and clarity. Moreover, spending time alone is essential for replenishing our mental and emotional energy. Just as our bodies need rest after physical exertion, our minds and spirits benefit immensely from periods of restful solitude. This is not about escaping from the world, but rather about recharging our inner resources. Buddha taught the importance of inner peace and how it can be cultivated through practices like meditation, which is often best practiced in solitude. These practices help us develop a calm and focused mind, which enhances our resilience against the stresses of everyday life. Additionally, solitude fosters creativity. It gives us the freedom to think, dream, and create without judgment or interruption. Many artists, writers, and thinkers have discovered their best ideas during times of solitude, finding inspiration in the quiet where their thoughts can roam freely. This creative process is deeply connected to the Buddhist concept of mindfulness, where being fully present with our thoughts allows us to see them more clearly and deeply. In embracing solitude, we also learn to enjoy our own company, which is essential for building self-confidence and independence. Learning to be content with one's own company is a liberating experience that reduces the fear of loneliness that many people feel. It teaches us that we are sufficient on our own, which is a powerful realization that can free us from seeking constant validation from others. In a world that often emphasizes the importance of constant connection and availability, the idea of stepping back might seem strange, even counterproductive. Yet, there's profound strength to be found in the Buddhist practice of mindful detachment. This isn't about creating barriers or withdrawing from the world in a cold or uncaring way. Rather, it's about cultivating a space where we can engage with life more fully, on our own terms and with a greater sense of peace. Mindful detachment, as taught in Buddhism, is the art of letting go of our attachments to outcomes, to the ways we think things should be, or to the incessant demands of others. It's about recognizing that we can participate in the world while still maintaining our inner serenity. This concept is beautifully illustrated through the Buddha's teaching on non-attachment, which is often misunderstood. Non-attachment does not mean disconnecting from emotions or relationships. Rather, it means not getting caught up in the drama and chaos that can drain our energy. This kind of detachment is especially powerful in today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world. It allows us to make choices that align with our deepest values and to interact with others in a way that is authentic and grounded, rather than reactive or overextended. For instance, when faced with a demanding situation or person, practicing mindful detachment helps us to respond with thoughtfulness rather than impulsiveness. We learn to assess whether our actions are genuinely helpful and necessary, or if they are merely fulfilling a fleeting desire or external pressure. Furthermore, mindful detachment encourages us to find contentment in the present moment, regardless of the situation. It teaches us to appreciate what we have right now, rather than always reaching for the next thing that promises happiness. This perspective fosters a deep sense of gratitude and reduces the constant striving that can make life feel like a never-ending race. By integrating mindful detachment into our daily lives, we can start to see challenges as opportunities for growth and self-reflection. This shift in perspective can significantly reduce stress and anxiety because we no longer feel the need to control every outcome or please everyone. Instead, we can focus on what truly matters, our own peace of mind and well-being, and from this solid foundation, we can offer our best selves to the world. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the demands of the world, remember that it's okay to step back and take care of yourself. It's okay to replenish your spirit and to set boundaries. By doing so, you enable yourself to give more profoundly when you do choose to engage. Remember, true compassion includes self-compassion. Let's walk this path of balanced giving together, embracing both the giving and the receiving with open hearts and mindful presence. If this message resonates with you, please share your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from you and learning about your journey in finding balance. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, to join our community on this path of mindful living. And remember, every step towards self-care is a step towards profound giving. Thank you for being part of Buddhist Journey, and until next time, stay mindful and cherish your journey.